live, baby. Turn that chain around. Hello. My channel is now live. Sweet. Okay, we are back for our weekly oracle readings with the Star Dragon Oracle by Paolo Barbieri. Hey, I didn't even need to look that time. We're learning. So this is a Starling reading. This is a group reading, a collective reading for anyone that consents. This is just a for entertainment purposes only type thing, I have to legally say, for self-reflection and questions and pondering and just self-improvement stuff. And yeah, this is going to be a little bit of fun. Do this every week for what is to be seen for the week ahead. So for anyone that consents for a collective reading, yeah, stay tuned. How's everybody's week's been so far? What did we get from the last reading? Was it relevant? Was it, I don't know, accurate, I guess? I do actually like to know, like, if people actually check back in for these readings and they keep tabs on what's going on in them, what actually is kind of sticking, what is relevant. I feel like I need to write down these questions sometimes and write down, maybe that'll be my next book. I'll go through maybe 6 months of these videos and I will write down all of the questions from the Star Dragons and we will see, because I do actually have, because this is kind of like a shadow work reading, I guess, with the dragons. I do actually have a shadow work journal out already. It is Nyx guided, as we know. I am Priestess of Nyx. I did my year and a day. I've earned that title, trust me. Yeah, so I feel like maybe the dragon one is next. I was also supposed to be doing a dragon, like, year and a day type book, like a dragon a week for a year. I feel like with everything else that's been going on in my life at the moment, that plan has kind of fallen to the wayside. I feel like I'm still going through the dragon trials and tested through all of the things that those particular beings are testing me with. But yeah, I haven't actually written down, can you show a card trick? I'm not doing a card trick, I'm doing an oracle reading. Thank you very much. As we know, I do these readings weekly. Ooh. We have 7 cards. Please don't make me, we're not even 5 minutes in, please don't make me mute somebody already. Why are people in my TikTok comments so fucking unhinged? No, we need that one as well. 4. We've got 4 out of 7 so far. People joining, people watching. Thank you very much, Millie. I'm not doing a card trick. I'm not a magician. I'm a witch. There's a difference. And I will mute you. Don't make me mute you. Hi, Millie. How are you? I am a little bit sleepy. I'm not gonna lie. Tell me what happens tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on what your day looks like. Where did you get your necklace and hat from? The necklace was a gift from my partner. But hat, I believe, is from Temu, potentially. Either Temu or TikTok Shop, I can't remember. If I can find it on TikTok Shop, I will make like a little, maybe I'll make like a little witchy outfit thing and see if I can find the links. They both look very nice on you. Thank you, Millie. So we've got 5 out of the 7 cards so far. So as we know, I do these weekly lives. We go through some oracle cards with the Star Dragon Oracle by Paolo Barbieri. I pick 7 cards as they are kind of like pop out. No, not those ones. And then sometimes I read the bottom of the deck if that is what the dragons are telling me to do. Thank you so much, Millie. So if you are interested in seeing what goes on as a collective for the next week or so, this is a collective reading. It is technically it's an oracle reading. These are oracle cards, not tarot cards. I feel like I might have to do a video on the difference between oracle and tarot, because especially people that aren't in the witchy community don't seem to know the difference between them. Can you rate my profile picture for body positivity? In the 1800s, I would have been burned. Yeah, it means I have fun, though. In the 1800s, I probably wouldn't have lived to 27, so maybe not. Or maybe I would have. Maybe I would have been one of the few that actually did live beyond 27 because I know how to use herbs. No clue what the difference is, sorry. Okay, so while I'm choosing the last card, we can do a little mini breakdown of difference between tarot and oracle. I don't know 27, I have to say. Thank you very much. Makeup. I'm very tired right now. But yeah, difference between tarot and oracle, while I'm still getting the last couple of cards. Oracle cards can be kind of like, it can be any number of them, usually between like around 33-ish, and they are just like a theme of cards. So if it's like a shadow work theme, it'll be just like 33 cards with art and various questions or various like word prompts or things like that. Whereas tarot cards have the different arcanas, so it's like an actual deck of cards, and there's like different meanings that you kind of learn for different cards, I suppose. There's the major arcana and the minor arcana. The major arcana are the cards with words on them, so like the Fool, the Sun, the Star, the Moon, the Hierophant, the Tower, the Devil, all that kind of stuff. And then the minor arcana is the suits. So it kind of follows the idea of like the regular card deck. So people, especially like gypsy witches, did used to use regular card decks for tarot readings, because they would go with the 4 suits of spades, clubs, hearts, and diamonds. It follows a similar sort of pattern, except, and then there's like obviously the Jack, the Ace, the Queen, the King, that kind of stuff. But in tarot, it's usually, I believe, wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. So different, 4 different suits for 4 different elements. Each suit aligns with an element, and there is typically a specific meaning for each. Specific meaning for each. Wow, the one that landed face up is the one I need. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, thank you very much. And then okay, so we've got 7 cards at the bottom of the deck. Do you like Summer Walker? I don't know who that is. Horror books I like to read. I don't read a whole lot of horror. I feel like I'm more of like the thriller type if I am going to read any of that kind of stuff. But one of my favorites at the moment with that kind of vibe that I've read at least semi-recently is Holly Jackson. Love Holly Jackson. Yeah, so back on track. But yes, the tarot cards have like specific meanings, specific suits, specific things. There's a lot to learn around them. That's why I tend to do, so there's like, you can do them kind of like intuitively, but it's also good to know the meaning of the cards rather than just what you intuit from the art, because they have a specific meaning for a reason. So you don't have to know like everything by heart. Like even now, if I use my tarot cards, I'll still refer back to the meanings that I've written down in my book of shadows. Whereas with oracle cards, it's more of a themed thing. It's more of a, so like this isn't part of the reading, but for example, I took one of this, freedom, breaking the chains. I would use the imagery as we're about to do for the cards I've drawn to kind of intuit any meanings that I see, and I would use the tagline and the word prompt, the question prompt, the sentence prompt, or something like that to intuit anything that I need to improve, anything that I need to, or like anything that's related to the questions that I'm asking the cards. So it's more of like a themed kind of thing rather than a specific, like this is what this card means. It's more of an intuitive thing. That's why a lot of witches or pagans or anyone that's interested in reading like fortune telling cards of any kind tend to start with oracle cards, because they're slightly more beginner friendly. It's a lot less overwhelming. Okay, card number 1. We always start from this side. Transformation, defining yourself. Okay, so we've got YouTube squad up here as always, and TikTok squad down here as always. So I'm going to show you the card, and then we're going to go through the meanings and what kind of, there's always a question attached to the card. Sometimes the question will change about halfway through the live, but the later one is more relevant. If I can remember it, it's the question that we need to ask. So transformation, defining yourself. This is literally like a unicorn dragon. I love this card. It's so cool. These cards are gorgeous, by the way. I believe I got mine from Temu. But gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yeah, baby. So I feel like this one is like going into a new year. Obviously, we're coming up to the end of 2025, going into 2026, because that's how numbers work. Do you know who does the art on them? It is Paolo Barbieri. There is actually no like accompanying like meaning book for this. So this is literally just like the art on the cards. Yeah, I feel like because we're coming to the end of the year, going into a new year, there's a lot of refreshing energy. There's a lot of kind of clearing out to be done, and redefining who we think we are and going with that rather than letting other people define us. I feel like we're stuck with, a lot of us have been kind of stuck this year and letting other people define who we are and what we should do with ourselves, what we should do with our lives. But I feel like a lot of people now are going to be stepping into their like, no, I claim this shit myself, I claim myself kind of era. What do you think currently defines you? And what would you like to change about it? Ooh. What currently defines you and how would you like to change that? Because I feel like there is a lot of things that like a lot of people will think about us, a lot of people will say about us. We get really, really caught up in like other people's thoughts when everyone's kind of a mirror. So whatever they're thinking negatively about you, they really think about themselves, not you. But I digress. Yeah, it's more of a case of like, how are we defining ourselves? Going into the new week, going into the new year, how are we defining ourselves? So what do you think defines you, especially based on what other people are saying about you? And how would you like to change that? How would you like to define yourself this year? This coming year, how would you define yourself? So what currently defines you and how would you change that? Card number 1 out of 7. We've got a little bit to go. Card number 2, enlightenment, moving forwards. Again, moving into those refreshing energies, moving into new spaces, moving into new timelines, moving into a higher vibration, because we all deserve better. We all deserve so much better. We deserve to live in that high vibration life. We deserve to have the things that we are meant to have, the things that we desire. We deserve to have them come to us like that. That is what we are claiming this year. Moving forward, I feel like there's a lot of things though that are kind of, again, going along the theme of like letting other people define us. There are some things that a lot of people are holding on to about those definitions. They are letting other people define them. You are letting other people define you, and that's not it, babe. We need to do better than that. We need to redefine ourselves, and then we need to figure out how Let's see if we can. There we go. There we go. Let's see if we can actually get some achievements on this thing. How we need to move past letting other people define us. We need to move past letting other people tell us who we are and how we are supposed to be, what we are supposed to be doing with ourselves, because again, it's not it. You are living your own life, you are doing your own self. Like, you are supposed to be a unique individual human being. Like, letting other people rule how you do that is completely opposite of the point. So the question of this one is, what are we going to be letting go about other people's expectations moving forward, so that we can redefine ourselves in the way that we want to, the way that we are supposed to? What do you need to let go of to move forward? Because that's how we redefine ourselves, babes. Yes, I am aware I have granny curtains. Okay, comments. I am well aware of this. They came with the flat. Okay, I haven't changed them yet. I haven't had the money in. And when I've had the money, I haven't had the time. And when I've had the time, it's just completely slipped my mind because it's not my priority at the moment. Yeah, the dragon, focus on the dragon in the background. It's much more interesting. Okay, card number 3, knowledge. Pretty. I love these cards. They're so gorgeous. So I feel like, again, this is like an inner knowing of ourselves, of our lives, of what we actually want to do, what we want to be. Okay, again, it's not my priority right now. I'm sorry I don't have a more pleasing background for you to look at, but that's not the point of this video. And it's not about you. So, yeah. And also, I don't have a shower curtain. I have a door, which is see-through. So it's even less interesting. At least it's got a pattern on it. Trying to help you. What? Broke, dude. Why do you think I'm doing lives? So knowledge. We have a lot of knowledge about ourselves that we are kind of refusing to admit, I feel. I feel like we are trying to, again, let other people define who we are, how we should be, how we should live our lives, letting other people control what we're doing and how we express ourselves. If I donate a rose, will it go towards new curtains? Maybe. I have several on my basket on TikTok Shop and things like that. I just haven't got around to buying them yet because it's not a priority. Girls got to eat. Interacting with TikTok comments always gets a little bit unhinged. Sorry, guys. Knowledge. Having that knowledge about ourselves, letting ourselves define ourselves, what we want for ourselves, what we want for our lives. Being able to use the knowledge that we have of where we are supposed to be, what we are supposed to be doing, rather than letting other people decide that for us. Using that knowledge of, again, our being, ourselves, to redefine yourself, to move forward. That is what we need. That's the energy that we need in this. That's the energy we need in this coming year, guys. In this coming week, in this coming year. I feel like this is very much like this month's readings are like what we're going to carry into next year. Like, yes, they are for the coming week, but this month is what we're going to carry into next year. And I'm very, very curious to actually come back in a year's time and see how any of this is relevant, because we won't know until we know, you know? Yeah. What's the question for this one? What is the knowledge that you have about yourself that you have spent the last year ignoring? What is the knowledge that you have about yourself you have spent the last year ignoring. Oof, that one hit a little bit deep. Card number 4, understanding, looking at both sides. So I feel like this is, again, an understanding of the self and an understanding of the person. It's very much like like someone's been trying to tell you how to live, and you need to not do that kind of vibe from this reading, from this video, I guess. But you need to be able to look at it from their perspective. Like, maybe they're not trying to do these things maliciously. They genuinely think it's going to help you, but letting other people control your actions and decide your actions and how you live isn't the way, isn't it? It's not it, babe. I feel like this one is what's the question for this card? Come on, dragons. What's the question for this card? What is it about the other perspective that makes you want to rebel? Ooh, what is it about that other perspective that makes you want to rebel? Because I feel like that is what is going to tell you, like, where you need to go next and how you need to get there. What is it about the other perspective that makes you feel like you need to rebel against it? Because that's the thing you need to avoid, basically. Okay. Tranquility, harmonious inaction. I feel like we've had this one a lot over the last few weeks. Pretty. I love these cards. They're so gorgeous. They're so beautiful. Excuse me. Harmonious inaction. I feel like this one gives the vibe of, like, it's not that if you do nothing, you'll get exactly what you want, because that's not how life works, unfortunately. That's not how energy works. Like, you still have to put work into getting things that you want. You still have to put the work and the energy into getting things that you desire, that you deserve. They're not just going to come to you just because you want them. Like, I feel like a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm going to do this, like, manifestation spell, and I'm just going to, like, it's not working. I've done a manifestation spell and it's not working. I keep doing affirmations and they're not working. Like, I don't know what to do now. Like, get off your ass and do something about it. Like, you can't just sit back and wait for things to come to you. You have to work for them. You have to do something to make them come to you. You have to continuously give that energy out of, like, this is what I want. I already have this thing. I already have it. But these are the steps I have taken to get this thing in my life. So when it comes to, like, inner knowledge and understanding of ourselves and other people, and where we want to go with our lives, how we want to live our lives, what we want to do with ourselves and our lives and our progress, our path, whatever, sitting down, like, yes, you have to feel like the path that you are moving towards is going to bring you peace, because otherwise, what is the point? Like, bringing yourself more chaos is not the point. But so, like, you have to feel like this path will bring you peace. But at the same time, if you sit back and just, like, yes, I'm just going to sit in peace and wait for it to come to me, that's not how life works, babe. So feel this, like, what steps do we need to take? I feel like this is kind of like an opposite question to the prompt of the card. What steps do we need to take action? What steps do we need to take action? To get the things that we are hoping for, to get the things that we are trying to manifest. Ooh, getting real deep, babes. Card number 6, space. So, getting a couple of the number cards this time rather than the Roman number cards. Coming in. Space. I love these cards. They're so pretty. I don't know who that is. Space. I feel like this is very much like a celestial energy vibe. This is not space as like you need space to be able to do these things. It's not a like you need space to like you. It's not like a physical space. It's more of like it's not even a mental space or an emotional space. It's literal space. I feel like connecting with like higher energies, connecting with that like cosmic vibe, connecting with the energies of the universe, the gods, whatever you believe in, connecting with those like higher vibrations will bring you the things that you want in your life. I consciously raise my vibration and energy is the mantra for this one. How do we consciously raise our vibration and energy? Space. Cosmic energy. That's really weird. Cosmic energy. Connect with the cosmic energy. What can we do to gain a greater understanding and connection with cosmic energy? Yes. What can we do to gain a greater understanding and connection with the cosmic energy? Because whether you believe in God, whether you believe in Allah, whether you believe in Nyx, whether you believe in source energy or, just the great void of space, energy is still scientifically proven. So no matter how you look at it, living in a higher vibration is going to bring you greater higher vibrations. And those higher vibrations are usually the more joyful, more loving energies, more happy, more, again, higher vibration energies. These are going to bring things that are greater in life rather than things that are kind of depressing and sad and I believe in Mother Earth. Yeah, meditation will take you to that space energy, that cosmic energy. Meditation is a great way to do that. I have some guided meditations on my YouTube channel. If you fancy joining in for those, I've got various videos on how to like connect with the elements and things like that. So go and check those out if you are interested. But yeah, what can we do to gain a greater understanding and connection with cosmic energy? Because that is the thing that is going to push us into the next level in this coming year. I'm feeling a vibe. Guys. And the last one, I did actually see this one. That was the one that jumped out. That was like, 3 have jumped out. Hey, 6, 7, yeah. So surrender, letting go of the darkness. I love this card. It's so beautiful. It's a dragon and an elf. It's like a triad, like elf triad. Love this. Love this. Love this vibe. Love this energy. Yeah, boy. So pretty. So I feel like this one, a lot of people are, Medusa. A lot of people are kind of resistant. Ooh, there we go. In order to take action, look more at the people that are trying to hold you back and the people that like the things that you have in your head that hold you back. You have to use that inner knowledge, let go of things to move forward and redefine yourself. That is this reading. So this one, letting go of the darkness, I feel like this one is kind of like the coalescing of the big thing that is keeping you down. There is a big thing, capital B, capital T, big thing that is holding you back and holding you down at the moment in those lower vibrational energies, that is preventing you from connecting with the cosmic energy of space, that is preventing you from taking action and feeling peace, that is preventing you from being able to see both sides and just being angry and bitter all the time, that is preventing you from using that inner knowledge of yourself, who you are and where you are supposed to be, that is preventing you from moving forward, that is preventing you from redefining yourself and transforming into the person you are supposed to be in the coming year. There is a big thing, key thing that we need to let go of. What do we need to let go of? Do you believe in manifestation? Of course I do. Of course I believe in manifestation. Your girl's a witch, babe. Letting go of anger. Big one. A lot of people are angry about a lot of things, angry and bitter about things that have happened to them, that they kind of victimize themselves, which I understand is understandable, is to the point where a lot of that's how a lot of people process pain, is through anger, because that's the only way they can get it out, that they haven't been kind of conditioned to believe is weak. It's okay to be weak. My wall just broke. Yeah, we need to let go of some things, guys. We need to let go of that big thing that is holding us back. Never used to believe in karma, but I think it's real now. Yeah, absolutely. I believe that. Whatever energy you put out, you get back. Like my mum always used to say, whether you say you can or you can't, you're right. Because energy connects to that. Energy connects with, like, that is a manifestation thing. You are bringing into your space the things that you want to surround yourself with. Like, words are spells, words are energy, emotions are energy, intentions are energy. All of these things coalesce into how you live your life. So, and that energy can come back, that energy can be expanded, that energy can be, that energy is you, that energy is your essence, that is how you live your life, that is how you are able to see the world, it's how you're able to understand things. Okay, so we've done our main 7. Let's get the bottom of the deck. Resilience, finding your limits. TikTok squad, YouTube squad. Hey, they kind of look similar, huh? Very watery energy, watery vibes, storm vibes. Finding your limits. See that inner spark, that inner star, and that little guy right here. That is your heart space energy. That is your passion. That is your drive. That is your essence. That is the person, that is the inner person that you are supposed to be shining outwards. That is what we need to move into this year. That is what we need to connect to. That is what we need to bring into our space, bring into fruition, because we are living in our highest manifestation energy. We are living in that high vibration energy. We are living in that high vibration era. That is what we are coming into this year. High vibes, guys. Greetings, Stephen, TikTok squad and YouTube squad, commenting, liking, joining. Woohoo! Thank you for all the likes and the comments, all. Yeah, this has been, I feel like this is, again, like as we're moving towards the end of the year, all of the ones in this month are kind of going to be like yes, this is what we are kind of to expect and like think about and self-reflect on for this week. But this is also like an end of year coming into the next year, like what to expect kind of thing. So as I have to say, this is just for entertainment purposes only. It's just for self-reflection. And there is no guarantee that this is how your future will be, obviously. But I feel like there is a lot of, we need to let go of some things. We need to connect to those higher energies. We need to take action, look at other people's perspectives if we feel like they're trying to be controlling. Connect to that inner knowledge and understanding of yourself and where you are supposed to be within your life, and use those things to move forward and redefine yourself. That is this reading. And finding your own limits, resilience and finding your own limits. I feel like this one is, you're pushing past what you know and what other people have allowed you to be. This is a time, again, where you redefine yourself. This is a time where you are able to push into this higher vibration, push into this new version of you that is undiscovered. It's completely undiscovered, and we know that we need to become this person because this person is our highest vibration, our high, not even like a higher self, but this is like a higher, like more advanced, more experienced version of ourselves that can bring clarity and joy and passion and excitement back into your life, because they're all high vibration things. So being able to find those new limits within yourself rather than letting other people set your limits for you. That is what this card is. So what limits are you letting other people set for you? What limits are you letting other people set for you? Because we need to not do that. Again, babes, that ain't it. So, yes, that kind of nearly 40 minutes wraps up ish today's reading. So if anybody has any questions about this reading or my channels or my videos or my books or anything like that, I'm going to give you a few more minutes to ask away. Again, this is a collective reading. This is not a personal reading. If you would like a personal reading, please feel free to DM me on my socials, so my Instagram or my TikTok, and we can arrange a price. I will never reach out to you. That is a scam. If someone is reaching out to you under my name, I will never reach out to you. You have to reach out to me and we can discuss prices and topics and things like that. I've got several other kinds of card decks. If you don't want this one, that's fine. This is just the one that I use for my weekly lives because I really like it. And I am the Starlight Priestess, so Star Dragons. Yeah. Anybody have any questions? Let's go away from top chat and go to live chat. Smoke cigarettes. I vape. And I've actually cut down on the nicotine. I've done very well. Greetings. Greetings indeed. Do we have any questions for a few more minutes? Potentially. Maybe. Mayhaps. Partner came home. I have no idea what happened to my... Ooh! I made it worse. Whoops, my bad. It's alright. Yeah, the guy that came and fixed it last time did a swell job. I could have done that. We all out. Oh, lollies. Oh no. Any questions? Literally got a few more seconds. Any questions about the readings that we do every week? Any questions about this particular reading? Again, my videos, my books, my channels. Looking forward to some more. Keep up the good work. Just also moderate on a few tarot channels. I'll give you the names later. Join us. Thank you, Steve T. Yeah, I do these pretty much every week. Mention your channel on there, help boost yours. Oh, thank you. That'd be great. Yeah, I love doing these readings. I think it's just as much for me as it is for everybody else that actually does tune in and watch them. I'm kind of like I'm included in myself in the collective. So hey. Yeah, that would be amazing if you could do that. That would be fantastic. I would very much appreciate it. Yeah. I tend to do oracle readings just because I am slightly less versed with tarot, and I feel like I'd have to use the reference book a lot more. I am a lot more intuitive when it comes to oracle readings. So I tend to do this on a Saturday night or a Saturday afternoon if I'm busy in the evening, because I do shift work. So sometimes I'm busy. As it is, I've just done an 8-hour shift and I've come home and done an hour live. But yeah, I tend to use the Star Dragon Oracle deck by Paolo Barrieri. I do have several others, and I have said if people would like another day, maybe, or like randomly here and there, I'll jump on live with another deck and we'll see how we get on. If people would be interested in that, let me know. If not, then I suppose don't worry about it. But yeah, that was our video for the day. I feel like going back through, I've done several of these videos. I think this is number 10. This is our 10th live. I think it would be 11, but one of them, one week my internet wasn't working, so I just didn't do it that week because I basically had almost a week with no internet, and I couldn't do a live in a place where I knew I could do the live. But yes, yeah, we are progressing. We are working on it, and yeah, I might also try and bring out the other cards for individual readings on lives, if that is something you guys would be interested in, because this weekly live with this deck is a collective reading. That is the intention of it. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it was always supposed to be. But I feel like maybe coming on every now and then and just doing like random lives outside of this one, like this one will still go on every week, but random lives outside of this one, just to answer a few personal questions, of kind of do like little mini personal readings. Is that something that people might be interested in if I were to do that? Because I feel like a lot of times I come on and the amount of people that are commenting, should my boyfriend break up with me? Should I break up with my boyfriend? Does my nan say hi? Like, I don't do relationship or kind of like family members, because that's like that would definitely be a private reading type thing. But which I do private readings, but you'd have to reach out into my DMs. I do not reach out to you. Can I get a shout out to my gay friend Zach Holiday? Sure. Would I be able to get a card, please? That is exactly what I'm talking about. That comment right there. This is the end of a collective reading, but I might be open to maybe randomly here and there starting to bring out a couple of the other decks and picking cards for people if anyone's got any questions about those. If you would like a private reading, at the moment I'm not doing those, but I might in the new year, if that is something that people are interested in. Just jump into random lives and do some picker cards for people's. Comment if you're interested. Give it a few more seconds. any more questions? Because it's getting late. And I'm sleepy. It's been a long day. At least I haven't been yawning this entire video this time. With a little bit more sugar and slightly more rest. Slightly. Not really. Hi, Iffy. Love you too, girl. Caught the end of it. I'm already done. Sorry, babe. Yeah. Coming to the end. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the readings that we've done, like I said, I think this is the 10th one. Sorry, Iffy. I know you tried. It's harder when we're both on bar and we've got the next, like, you have to get home. I kept checking TikTok. I sent you the links. I'm sorry. It's all. I always come home from work after on a Saturday if I'm working. It's always around this time on a Saturday. Might be a little bit earlier depending on when I'm working, or a little bit later depending on when I get back. But it's always around this time, and it usually lasts for like 45 minutes to an hour. So maybe the next one. You said I was doing both. I am doing both. I'm doing them both simultaneously. I've got TikTok down here and I've got YouTube up here. Next time for show. Yeah, boy. You know, you could comment that in the actual comments and I would see it rather than texting me. Anyway. Yes, if you would like to check in for these weekly lives, I pull 7 cards from this deck. We go through the imagery and come up with a question for self-reflection at the end of each one. Then potentially read the bottom of the deck, depending on what the dragons are telling me, how I'm feeling. And yeah, we kind of go from there. I'm only reshuffling. I'll give people a few minutes to comment and question and whatever else. Maybe share some of their own stories. I've decided that anything that kind of I see that I'm like, not really loving that comment, I'm just going to ignore it unless it gets completely incessant and ruins everything and I'm not in the mood, then I will just mute it. Yeah. Don't know where I was going with that. Long day. Yeah. And for any of you that don't know, I will have this video up on as an actual video on YouTube. I have it in a lives playlist. So any of them that you've missed, you can go back and rewatch if you would like to. So you can catch them all. And if you don't quite catch the whole thing and you want to see the whole thing and want to answer all the questions, and you can go back and rewatch any of them at any time on my YouTube channel. So feel free to do that. Keep shuffling and pull the next card that jumps out. Okay. Sure. We get a bonus card for this one, apparently, because I've been here long enough and someone needs to hear it. That one. Inspiration. What's your inspiration? What is your inspiration at the moment? And how is it inspiring you? Bonus card. Now I'm starting to get really sleepy, so I'm going to jump off. But I really hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it helped. Check back in. We do this weekly. If you guys are interested in doing just like random lives with my other cards where I do answer, just like someone could comment, pull a card for me or ask a question that I am not uncomfortable answering, then I will potentially do those in the new year. Maybe we'll do like one a month rather than one a week. We'll see. See how they go. But yeah, I think this may bring us to a close. We are at about 50 minutes, so I'm gonna go and get ready for bed, take off the makeup, Chat soon. Bye, Steve. Thank you for checking in. And I think you were one of the ones that either checked back in regularly or stayed. So thank you very much for that. View minutes all count, trust me. Very much appreciate people that are supporting me on this journey. Yeah, let's try and build and grow together and raise that vibration, baby. Let's go. And remember the mantra: I consciously raise to a higher vibration. I consciously raise to a higher vibration. I consciously raise myself to a higher vibration. I consciously raise myself to a higher vibration. I consciously raise myself to a higher vibration. Mantra that shit. Don't know why I'm still shuffling. Something to do with my hands, I guess. Are you hypnotizing? If it works and gets you in a higher vibration, yeah, sure. Okay. So, yes, that was our 10th week of the Star Dragon Oracle readings. I will continue to do these into next year, and if you are interested, I would be happy doing just random, like, pick a cards for people. And I also do private readings, but you have to reach out to me on my socials. So it's at the Starlight Priestess or at the Starlight Priestess Official on Instagram. So Starlight Priestess on TikTok, Starlight Priestess Official is on Instagram. And you can reach out to me on those, and we can talk prices and topics, points and questions and whatnot, and cards. So yes. Also check out my books on Amazon if you're interested. I've got The Everyday Witch by Riley Storm, and Starlight and Shadows, or Shadows and Starlight, by Riley Storm. They are in Amazon. On YouTube, they should be in the linked in the description, and on TikTok, I believe I have it linked in my link tree. I think I have a link tree there. If not, just type in The Everyday Witch by Riley Storm or Shadows and Starlight. Starlight and Shadow. I think it's Starlight and Shadows. I wrote it and I don't know. How do I not know? But yes. Hope you have a good day or good night or a good time. That one was just for you, Riffy. Be unapologetically you. No shame. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.